Gundam.tk presents High Grade Genoace. Hey again everybody, it's Robert184, 2 R's, 2 B's from YouTube and Gundam.tk, and as Gundam Age, the anime moves along, we're getting more high grade 1/144th kits. They've been pretty good so far. You've seen the Age 1 Normal and the Gafran on my site. Now let's check out if this Earth Grunt suit is gonna stack up as well. The Genoace came out in October of 2011 and sells for 1,200 yen. And is number 3 in the series. No big reason for me to pick this up. I don't usually get too many grunt suits, but again, because I was so impressed with the Age 1 Normal and the Gafran wasn't bad, I look forward to seeing how this stacks up. I also look forward to getting the white one, the custom, in the future. The box tour is going to show off the plates, which I think is great just because people who buy it, especially new kids who are just getting into Gundam, will have an idea of what they're going to get when they crack the box open. And then we have a front shot showing off the fact that it's got very white legs, red all over everywhere else, few weapons, but the big thing that stands out is just the head design. On the back you're going to have a bit of a shield on the left arm there, which looks sort of intriguing. The beam spray gun is the main weapon. You're going to have ball joints in the waist, so you should be able to get pretty good action poses. In terms of action and arms, it's going to have beam sabers and a beam stick, which is actually going to fit into the shield, it looks like. It looks like it's colored differently there. I wonder if it will be. And here we're going to have clear parts, which means you actually get a bunch of detail, and hopefully you're going to get a green sticker to cover up that eye, so that when you can cover it up in some light, it will be visible, and you should have different hands for swapping out the weapons. To the other side, where better voices than I have voiced that over, explaining the whole universe of Gundam Age, or anyway, at the start of the episodes. And then you actually get a shot, it sort of looks like it's CG, of the model form, and they basically talk about how the unknown enemy in the Gafran arrives inside the colony, and what's going to happen, the Earth Federal Forces, or Federation Forces, is going to send the Genoace out to the battlefield, the keyword being send them out, for those of you that have seen the episodes. Here you're going to get a picture of it without any lining. You'll notice that the legs are very white. It'll probably take a little bit of effort to bring out the detail, but it doesn't look bad. Lots of red and white. I'm a little curious how this would come across as an AG kit. To the insides of the box we go, and you're going to have an A plate that's worth laughing about there. You've got some red polycaps beam sabers, a 3/4 plate of gray, and a manual. The reason I laugh at the A-plate is, yes, you get 4 colors, which the A-plate in Bandai is famous for. And what are you going to get down here? Well, you're going to get mostly white for the body. That's all the white. You're going to be getting some, it looks a little bit, not quite sharp pink, but maybe a salmon. I'm not good at judging colors, but anyway, it doesn't come across as a very vibrant red. Up at the top, you're going to get a single light gray part there for the weapons. And why I laughed is just because down here at the bottom, on the B-plate, you've got gray, and it's identical to this part down here, which means when you've got a hole like this, why didn't they just put that part in there? Although I'm sure the Genoace custom will have something to do with the plate design. So speaking of which, you're going to have all the parts there for the inner frame. You'll notice that there's 3 manipulators there, and you can notice that there are parts here to attach this part and this part, which means this is going to be on the regular Genoace. This here is for the custom, so it should have a better set of weapons as opposed to this simple beam spray gun. Again, I just wonder, why do we have to have that one lonely piece on the A-plate unless the custom is supposed to have a different color? Anyway, I'll have to look into that. The C-plate is quite small and reminds me of an SD kit, and basically you're going to have the feet parts and the arms. Most of the chest parts were on the A-plate, and the all-important head parts, which looks like they have lots of good places there that you can put in some lining to really bring out the details. SB6 means these are round beam sabers compared to some of the other ones we've gotten used to, regular polycaps there, but what's sort of cool is that they do give you a CL clear perhaps, one which is going to give you a nice blue clear piece, which is really going to add a lot of color to the Genoace, again something I'd like to compare with the AG. The stickers are going to give you the camera lenses there in green, and it looks like you have the choice between whether you want to put on just a green dot under the clear part on the head, or if you want to put on some actual mechanical looking detail. Lining may take care of the same thing. Put a little bit of green there though in the middle, and you've got some gray parts there that can just add some accents. Looks like it's on the shoulders, so hopefully that'll break up some of the color monotony. The cover art on the manual is pretty good for a grunt suit, I have to say. It looks good on the box as well, and then we're going to get some information about the Genoace itself, and it talks about how they can have custom color variations depending on which team it is, and they can be tuned up to suit the needs of the pilots. Speaking of the pilot, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly, but let's call it Lagan Drace. But he's supposed to be the MS pilot, and he was on the Nora space colony and was supposed to pilot the Gundam Age 1 normal. However, after that, when Flit ended up taking it over, he ends up liking the Genoace, so I hope he's going to get an upgrade at some point in the anime. To the color splash pages, which look good but don't really tell you anything that the box doesn't. It talks about Flit Asano, the main protagonist. Again, the front and rear shots there. The weapons, the beam spray gun, the shield, the heat stick are all listed there. Mechanics like the extra hands, the beam sabers, you can see the shields and the way it holds it. Clear parts there, weapons, they talk about the Age 1 normal. And the colors, again, not too many if you wanted to paint this up like a pro. You can see the 3 main plates there with all the extras, 40 cents to replace parts. After you build the body, the head, the arms, put those all together with the legs. Don't expect a fancy transformation, but we are going to get color where you get to put the torso together, build the beam, build the weapon, and it shows you how to put them in the hands. You can interchange the weapons, and it is going to work with an action base too. Pretty simple directions, but again, very nice, clear, easy to follow, perfect for new fans to the show. From the unbox, it looks like a solid, if somewhat unremarkable kit. The Gafran at least offered a little bit of a monstrous design, which meant for somebody like me who usually builds good guys, I was getting something new. In this case, it looks like it's going to be pretty standard Gundam type build, but I do look forward to seeing it. Is it going to be bigger than the Age 1 or the Gafran? We know it can't match up to the Gafran in terms of power, but it's always nice to have a few allies just for the cannon fodder, for the good guy, just to show how cool he can be. Anyway, everybody, let me know what you thought of the Genoace in the anime, and now stay tuned to see all the parts, MS, and it all put together with a verdict. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time. Look, after watching the first episode, I gotta say, as an Earth grunt suit, I'm a little bit embarrassed to even be considered in the same league as that guy.